Welcome back to the channel, bradamckinnon here. Today we'll be using the Tape Pro reducer plate on our Tape Pro flat box to tape in some ceilings, and you can see right away, here it is. It's the 200mm box with the 200mm reducer plate, reducing it to a size of 140, which will just, what I use it for is to fill in the recess before I tape in. And I like to set the box on the lowest setting because I'm only filling in the recess at the moment. I've mixed up some sealing compound and I'm just going to fill the box manually. And it's a great thing with Tape Pro, their pressure plate springs allows you to open and close the box with the springs on. So what I'm going to do is fill in that recess. Now that 140 gap is perfect for this. I like to do it just on the ceilings, just makes life a lot easier. This is quite a big room, it's about 6 meters by 5 meters, and we've got 4 long ceiling joints, and it's just a lot easier than doing it by hand and a lot faster. So the mud's in already. I like to just sort of give it a wipe over just to get any bits of mist or any bits hanging down. Those boxes are pretty accurate and flat, so just like to fill over by hand quickly after. Then we'll just put our tape in straight away. I'm using a fibre fuse tape. It's jib rock tape, New Zealand's equivalent of fibre fuse. That's why it's yellow and not white. And just walking along, I can reach, it's a 2.4 meter stud height, I can reach off the floor, which is bloody good. And straight away I just like to press that tape in lightly into the mud, and then we'll just clean off those edges, and we'll go through and do all 4 ceiling joints first before we take off that reducer plate and just fill over the joints just with the standard box without the reducer plate. So here we go, onto our second joint. You can see there, because I've mixed up a sealing compound, there's a few little lumps and dags. Again, that's why I like to sort of go over it with my 6-inch knife, and you can see there how much mud actually those recesses take. You know, 2 ceiling joints, you've used the full box of mud. So we'll just reload again and finish off that one. You can see there's plaster hanging down between those sheets. That means I've been back blocked. Here in New Zealand, that's part of the process recommended by the manufacturer, is to back block all ceiling joints, which is a great idea. It just gives them extra strength. In case you don't know, back blocking is putting on some little plasterboard sheets stuck on the back with plaster adhesive in between the battens, just adding extra strength, stop it from cracking, and it's really good too, so really recommend that. So again, just rolling that tape out. And just pressing that tape in straight away. Now these reducer plates you can get in all different sizes. It's 4 different sizes Tape Pro make for all your different boxes. You can even get away with buying a big box and having different size reducer plates, but I don't really like that. I like to just use them for, or use one for filling in the recess before I tape in. That's the only time I use it. I've got my 3 different size boxes. I just feel it's a better finish using the different size boxes than trying to use a reducer plate. Obviously if you're a beginner or a DIY, or you want to do something yourself, it could be a good little cheap option for you. You just might have to do a bit of tidying up with your with your hand tools after, just with the edges and stuff like that. So here we go, we're already onto the third ceiling joint, these 6 meter joints. Process, so this is just a 1 room job. This one I just find it a lot easier using the box and the reducer plate to do the ceilings. Once I've done these ceiling joints, I'll just do the walls by hand. This one mix of, it's a 90-minute setting compound, so I'll get all the joints and all the beading done on that one mix in 90 minutes. And then once that's set, I'll go in and tape in the square stop. And then I'll let all that dry and I'll be back the next day to second coat everything. Now you can see here I'm using the Tape Pro compact extendable handle. Great little handle, this one. I've done a video about it. If you're interested in watching it, I'll link that in the description down below. But this little handle is, I use that on most of my jobs for a 2.4 meter stud that's fully extended. But once it's down to its short version, it's great for doing these vertical wall joints, I find. Now I just got to get in right into the edges with my hand tools because of the square stop finish. We'll just finish off this last one, we'll tape that in. Now these reducer plates, they're not fixed in to your box, they just clip in. There's a couple of little tabs at the top that lock into the top there, and then you can see me out there. I'm just going to unhook those tabs at the bottom, which clip over the access rod there for the wheels, and then it just pulls out nicely, and that's it. It's just a stainless steel metal sheet. Now we can go over the joints, so I like to just set that box to 3. And we'll just go over all the joints at once, finish them off with the coat over the tape. I believe this is the most important part of the plastering process, is the taping in, and it's very important to get that tape set amongst plaster, the same plaster, so you've got the plaster underneath your tape and then the same plaster on top of the tape, just to bind that tape in, and that's what gives it the strength. So for me that's very important. I see a lot of guys just taping in and then they'll let that dry without going over it, and then they'll just go over it with their second coat. But I like to go over it straight away using the same mix of plaster, just so it all binds together with that tape embedded in amongst the plaster. It just locks it in and gives it extra strength. So you can see how much of a beautiful finish these Tape Pro flat boxes do. This one here is almost 30 years old. Just well looked after, well maintained, changing the blades when they need to be changed, and gets a good clean every time I use it. Just give that one another run over. So now that they're all filled in, I'm just going to go around with my hand tool, my 6-inch knife, and just finish off right into the edges there. Clean off any edges, and that lip where I've lifted off, I just like to give that a wipe over. So then there's nothing to do before my next coat, just a quick little scrape. Everything's pretty perfect then, ready for the second coat once that's fully dry. So that's the Tape Pro reducer plate. That's the main thing I use it for, is to tape in ceilings, just for the speed. Look, it's been pretty much 10 minutes. Got that ceiling taped in and coated. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you're watching these videos and you like them, please subscribe to the channel. There's loads more videos on the channel to watch and plenty more to come. Any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer. I'd like to answer all your questions you send me. And there we go. Ceiling taped in and done. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.